strength now. Use that well of pride. Fight through every pain now. Ask yourself inside, what do you live for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for? What do you live for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for? Penelope, Penelope.
Okay, hey y'all. I wanted to try this out. Originally, I was going to do one massive video, but I was reading The Lovely Atomic Habits by James Clear, and it more or less talks about how better results come from volume rather than aiming for perfection on one thing. So we're just gonna go for it. Things may change format-wise as we get through the sagas, and I hopefully improve with my videoing and everything else, so we will see. As of right now, I'm looking to do one video a week for each song, and then take about a 2-week break or so to analyze the saga as a whole after I get through everything, to culminate with a massive video essay, which I'm really looking forward to. And then moving on to a new musical or franchise after that, which will be a while from now. So if I have anyone watching by then and you guys want to vote, then you can. Okay, so in general, beef with mythological Zeus. But right here, right? If we're listening. So good. Such a yummy voice. I love this part of the song. As you can see, hopefully, we are starting off with the horse and infant, and this part. I love. I'm not on the right tab though, so.
A vision of what is to come cannot be outrun, can only be dealt with right here and now.
So good. And the better parts later, but we'll get there eventually. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Epic the Musical is a wonderful little project headed by Jorge Rivera Herons. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm probably not. And this first song is set after 10 years of the Trojan War, where Odysseus, our main boy, is planning to invade the city of Troy, hiding in the Trojan horse. Our ultimate destination is Ithaca. Not that Ithaca, the ancient island Ithaca. So we're going to introduce our main cast of characters, the named players in the song, and a couple little extra people who aren't necessarily in it but are relevant. Okay, we've got a little family tree here. Odysseus, our main guy. He's got about 10 years to get home to Penelope, his wife, and Telemachus, his son. The reason he had to come was partially because our lovely Agamemnon brought Odysseus to fight in the Trojan War by threatening his son after Odysseus tried to avoid the marriage pact by pretending that he went mad. He also kind of pissed off Artemis, which led her to set the wind against them, and then he sacrificed his daughter, well, depending on which myth, but he sacrificed his daughter, and then he pisses off Apollo later, but we'll get there. Okay, we've got Odysseus, Penelope, Telemachus. These two appear later in the song. Diomedes. No, he's friendly, he's good, we like him. So we'll put him somewhere over here. Diomedes. Friends. Love. King of Argos leads initial charge, captures Hector's sacred palladium with Odysseus, and maybe kind of pisses off other people, but Athena's anger kind of leads to the deception, which lets in the Trojan horse. Then we've got Menelaus, that's Helen's husband. Also brothers with Agamemnon. He's a Greek king. he won Helen's heart in their little competition, and then there was the whole marriage pact, which is why Odysseus and Diomedes and Menelaus, Teucer, Ajax, Nestor, etc., 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 had to come and fight in the Trojan War because they were protecting Helen and Menelaus's marriage. So we've got Helen, star. She's very important to the story. But Achilles is dead at this point. And depending on where you look, maybe he was hit with an arrow by Paris. Other times it's Apollo. Always different versions, but dead at this point. He is the motivating factor for Neo. And if we put his full name, I cannot pronounce it, but that's him. Kind of tasked with killing the brothers of Hector. Right. Once them dead, kill. Brothers. Hector's brothers. Paris was also kind of married, but he abducted Helen, starting the whole war, because he chose Aphrodite, who promised him Helen's marriage. Yeah, not great, but that's why this whole thing was going on. Let's see. I got Nestor briefly. He's protecting. These lines aren't great, but protector. Then we've got kind of down here Ajax, the lesser, not the greater. Staying behind his backup. Later, he's kind of gonna die in shame after losing to Odysseus for Achilles' armor. Teucer, also a character in Genshin, Child's little brother. These are half-brothers. And yeah, that's pretty much our main cast of characters. I didn't officially write Agamemnon, but Agamemnon. He's also gonna die later, but he kind of sucks. He does have a little bit of guilt over sacrificing his daughter. He was estranged from Achilles, right? These two don't really get along because he stole his bride price. So, not great. Because after he pissed off Apollo because he took Chrysis as a bride prize, and then her father was one of Apollo's priests, took Achilles' bride prize as consolation, and then Achilles is hiding, and then a bunch of people die. Hector kind of goes on a little rampage. He's already dead too because Achilles killed him. So, and let's see. This was from an affair. And then poor Patroclus, he's dead as well. So that's a kind of messy little thing. But there's our little messy map. We will adjust throughout because we've got plenty of. Okay, I'm not sure how much I have to talk for this to be considered transformative and not under copyright, and hopefully I feel really bad. Hopefully the artist thinks this is okay. Like, I saw a couple YouTube shorts under the video, so think it should be. If not, then I guess we'll try again. Okay, so the horse and the infant. Ready, ready, ready.
Alright, my brothers, listen closely. Tonight we make the Trojans pay. 10 years of war, they killed us slowly. But now we'll be the ones who slay. Think of your wife.
In some versions, Helen did impersonate the voices of their wives as she was going around knocking on the outside of the Trojan horse. So hopefully later, maybe in the big video, I do get a little into Helen, because of course we can't let our girlies go without being recognized.
And your children, your families wonder where you've been. They're growing old and yet you're still here. Do what I say and you'll see them again. Yes, sir. Die and be.
Most of them will not see their families again. It is a long time before they get back.
Will lead the charge. Agamemnon will flank the yards. Menelaus will let on mates through the gates to take the whole city at large.
Okay. Good stuff. Going into the next part, we will be talking about Little Ajax, which is maybe kind of a superiority thing. Depends how you interpret everything.
I was walking towards the mirror and I just
Go back.
noticed my
Please go away. We're gonna revisit in 2 seconds. Okay, y'all, we're gonna try and do the rest of this in one take, even though it's taken me like 50 to do this very little bit. That's not very good, but bear with me. Okay, we're gonna restart so I can touch on some points from my notes, but hopefully I pause and play at the right times here. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, my brothers, listen closely. Tonight we make the Trojans pay. 10 years of war, they killed us slowly.
Okay. Let's scroll to the right part. I'm sorry, guys. Next time, trust. I shouldn't have given myself this deadline to have it done today. We're gonna go all in one take. Okay. Okay. Again, Odysseus is our commander. Pay, they think of it as very unjust, even though it was a war, so of course it is. But anyways, we can see here that Victor is not really gonna bring any peace, any satisfaction. We're still gonna be after the whole thing. So
But now we'll be the ones who slay.
okay. Now the Greeks get to be the aggressors because we're finally in the city versus just destroying kind of everything else outside of it. And violence creates more violence. Wouldn't you believe it? Violence creates more violence. So the return home's gonna be a little rough from here on out.
Think of your wives and your children. Your families wonder where you've been.
He won't be home for another 10 years.
They're growing old and yet you're still here. Do what I say and you'll see them again. Yes, sir. Diomedes will lead the charge. Agamemnon will flank the yards.
Okay. That's such a good picture. I'm sorry. Everyone has a role. We're all doing great. Agamemnon is gonna die later.
Will let our mates through the gates to take the whole.
Helen's value is her ability to unlock Troy's access, and her agency is instantly undermined. She's a key and not a person. She was only a prize before. We hate.
City at large, Chooser will shoot any ambush attacking. Little Ajax will stay back. Nestor, secure Helena, protect her. Leo, avenge your father.
Okay. Defense to offense. We are transitioning. But we're gonna kill a baby. We are killing a baby, y'all. The moral cost of this, of killing an infant who has no choice, just because, little old Zeus wants us to kill him, it will continue.
The brothers of Hector, find that inner strength now. Use that well of pride.
Infanticide. No, we're going from strategic to more of a psychological motivation. Odysseus is rallying the troops. A little bit of emotional manipulation sprinkled in there. And, right, they're like, oh, you're so strong, you're so great, blah, 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 blah. But
fight through every pain now.
Every pain now. These same people are going to face so much worse as we go home. Another 10 years. This is a 20-year thing, guys. I've barely even been alive 20 years. I haven't been alive 20 years.
Ask yourself inside, what do you live for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for? What do you wish for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for? Penelope.
It becomes increasingly complicated, but we always love Penelope. Repetition, 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 because she is the emotional core of our story.
Penelope and Telemachus, I fight for us, I fight for us.
Okay, notice how we're going from I to us. Personal love is justifying the collective violence. Also, a little bit of a controversial take, but he is taking care of his wife. Penelope, named twice. Telemachus, named once. Only once. Priorities, priorities, priorities. But both of them are going to suffer from him being gone because he is very absentee father. Not his fault, but also kind of his fault because he set up this whole marriage pact protection thing. Does my chin look weird?
Penelope, what do you try for? Telemachus, what do you wish for? I'm on my way. What do you fight for? Attack! Who was that?
Divine interruption. He's always meddling, I swear.
A vision of what is to come cannot be outrun, can only...
Okay, the cannot be outrun part. We could go into this later too. Fate versus free will. Establishing the inescapability of fate. You've got the fates with the cutting of the strings and everything, but yeah, he's saying that, in the future he's going to attempt to change fate, and it's going to be
dealt with right here and now.
Tell me how.
I don't think you're ready. A mission to kill someone's son, a foe who won't run, unlike anyone you have faced before.
Say no more. I know
also is that Athena.
that I'm ready.
I don't think you're ready.
It's just an infant. It's just a boy.
But the fact that he immediately went from "is just an infant" to "is just a boy," like, those are two different things. He's starting to rationalize a bit. It's so hard. Yeah, so he's trying to give himself a little bit of an out here, as I see it. A little bit of a moral compromise that kind of shows his character throughout the episode.
What sort of imminent threat does he pose that I cannot avoid?
This is the son of none other than Troy's very own Prince Hector. Know that he will grow from a boy to an avenger. What?
So they're saying that his potential in the future justifies his death now. Yay! I love this part though, so I'm just...
Fumed with rage as you're consumed by age. If you don't end him now, you'll have no one left to save. You can say goodbye to. You can say goodbye to.
I could raise him as my
He will burn
own,
your
or
house
send
and
him far
throne.
away
He'll
from
find you wherever
Make
you
sure his past is never
The
known.
gods will make him
I'd rather
know
wait
we're
for ya.
bringing you down
I'm on my knees for ya. I'm
Oh,
begging,
this is the
please.
will of the gods.
I love...
Please don't make me do this. Don't make me do this.
The blood on your hands is something you won't lose. All you can choose is whose.
Okay. My turn to yap. I might be jumping around a little bit in my notes, so we shall see how this turns out. Okay. Zeus, he's like, can't stop it. Future threat, present justification for murder. Yeah. The ultimate threat. Your loved ones, the very reason that you're fighting this war, will be destroyed if you don't make this choice now. So they would be the victims of Odysseus's inaction here. So, right now we're weighing out which is more valuable, this little kid or his family that he's been fighting for. And in this last little bit, we're saying goodbye to Penelope. His one thing. He's got 10 years before he sees his wife. No, let's go back here.
Make him know it's the gods.
Make sure his past is never known. I could raise him as my own.
The desperate alternatives, and Zeus just rejects every single one of them. There is no choice. Fate is predetermined. You can't escape the prophecy. Makes me want to do a Chosen One video. I love doing that. I love Chosen Ones. It's so fun. I want to go back. Okay.
You can say goodbye to. You can say
I'm sorry, this is just dead air, guys. Yeah. And then we go to the piano music where it's the baby, it's the baby. And Zeus is saying, someone's gonna die. You only get a choice in who gets to die by making this choice now. We're scrolling. Yap time. I found my right notes. Okay. Trojan horse. Actually, only briefly mentioned in Homer's works. Most detail comes from Virgil's Aeneid, which was written centuries later, even though we love. Also, sidebar, Achilles with the whole, we dip the ankle in the lake, and that was the one point that was vulnerable, wasn't around during the time that we were, going through Odyssey and all that. So that was added later, but cool little bit of lore. We love poor Achilles. I haven't read that one book. I probably should. Yeah. That dead kid. I'm sorry. Troy's woman. Sucks. There was that one brief little time where there was the warrior that then Achilles killed after he was done mourning. And that kind of had a little bit of a revolution for a second, but they get distributed as spoils of war, which is obviously messed up. Hector's widow, right? On my little map here that I may or may not show and edit in, because this is turning into a little bit of a mess. Hector's widow becomes Achilles' son, so Neo's concubine. And, victory, not very pretty. They do some very ugly things. Yeah, I've been yapping for a little bit. This section was 15 minutes. I'll listen one more time. Then I'm done, and we're gonna do the next song next week. So.
By two.
I could raise him as my own, or send him far away from home. Make sure his past is never known. I'd rather wait for ya. I'm on my knees for ya. I'm begging please.
We love the gods.
Please don't make me do this. Don't make me do this.
The blood on your hands is something you won't lose. All you can choose is who's.
Yeah, but also do follow this person. They're the only one making this video somewhat entertaining. Love ya. Love ya.